this one, so.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Squirtle can sort of run circles around Luigi. Luigi having to stay grounded because his airspeed is really bad against, I guess, all three characters of PT. So it's going to be on Spickles to try and pin down DDee because he's got those powerful grab confirms. However, it's Spickles getting locked down and shield to start the set. Good down B. He's going to have him at ledge, but DDee opting for the air there, willing to take some aerial attacks just so that he doesn't get grabbed and take 80 or die from the 0 to death.
Ooh. Yeah, I was going to say, it feels like it's such a dangerous game.
Ah!
Oh, good switch.
Just try to kill him, what? Oh, no joke.
I wish I was kidding about this, but that has been the name of the game for Spickles this tournament so far, is in this winner's top 16 side, they have been just fishing for kill confirms at like 80.
Yeah, Spickles is a very big min-maxer of this character, is how I'll put it.
But, you know, we like characters
who misses the slide off.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier where the margin of error at this level of play is razor thin. Spickles makes one bad call out, and now you're immediately taken for a ride. Good coverage on that down smash.
Yeah, that second hit, the down smash, is actually significantly stronger than the first hit. Still not sure why, but it's like Bowser F smash strong. Oh, that could have been a stock. Wait, he's still going, but that's DDee's going to try to escape to the platform. Good chase by Spickles, got him at the ledge. DDee has to get off somehow. Not yet. Spickles just letting him jump to platform, but he continues his advantage state.
And it feels like right now that Spickles has just such an oppressive advantage state right now. Is there anything differently that you think DDee could be doing to possibly open Spickles up?
Spickles is doing a really good job of waiting in good spots for Luigi. So he's making sure that he's holding center. And Ivysaur, not that fast of a character, so you can react to a lot of the options. Even if you give them the platform, it's still considered being an advantage if you have your opponent on the platform, even if you're Luigi, whose platform pressure isn't the best. So Spickles is willing to take these worst situations to make sure he doesn't get reversaled. Oh, and that's a powerful mix-up. I think that shield breaks if it doesn't poke.
At this point, it feels like Spickles is just getting such good confirms. Here is another.
Oh, up smash? No. Waiting for the side B, Spickles not going to give it. And DDee gives up center once again. He's just getting a little too aggressive on these scramble situations.
You know, this is something that Griffin and I talked about earlier. It was the idea that controlling center doesn't always necessarily mean you have to stand in the center the entire time. And it feels like DDee has been kind of skewing away from that, where it's, I'm going to just intimidate the space that you need to be in, but never mind. Up B confirm is very funny, and Spickles takes game one.
Spickles is currently doing terrible things to DDee's shield. DDee needs to figure out a way to move around him instead of getting locked down in shield. Because right now it feels like DDee's trying to approach Luigi when that doesn't really have to be the case. Luigi's slow. I know he has that plunger and that fireball, but you don't necessarily have to approach him all the time. Spickles is taking heavy advantage of DDee's. Yeah, and this is the counter pick that you go to if you don't want to have to approach him. Steve, obviously with his mining, doesn't have to approach Luigi now. He can just sit back, get diamond, and now the onus is on Luigi to make something happen.
And even more scary is that Spickles can do what we've seen him, DJ Don, and other Steves do, where you can sit at the side of the stage and farm the side of the stage and essentially force Spickles to make an aggressive move off stage to try and stop him. But what is there realistically that Spickles can do?
Luigi actually has options for it, like plunger goes beneath the stage.
Ooh.
So it's not a great option, but he has something at least to pressure.
Yeah, there's something.
Where most characters don't have that.
Yeah, there's... I guess the good point is that, yes, there is something that Spickles can do. It doesn't feel great is the better way to put it.
Yeah, that's a bold anvil, but Luigi just out of options off stage. Only has a few recovery routes, and Steve has some very powerful options to cover them all. Great tech! He had a kill confirm there if DDee missed that tech. Most people do miss that tech there. It's very hard to be aware of that so quickly.
Wow, and DDee doing a great job of stonewalling Spickles.
Spickles checking his controller, but he has the threat of diamond, but he can still use the stone first. He's up so much, he doesn't have to create the diamond this stock. Yeah, and Spickles is going to have to go for some hard reads here to try to get himself back into this game. Steve on the cusp of having diamond, up 2 stocks. I mean, this is just nearly impossible to get back into.
Yeah, even if the resources are low on the side of Steve, it feels like DDee is in complete control, being able to go that low, that far out, and aggress, essentially walling you out, not just on the stage, but once you're off. It is a completely different game when DDee started playing Steve.
I think one thing about this matchup is that once Steve is done with his combos, the main option is to like jump away, because Steve isn't that fast horizontally, and he doesn't have that good of anti-air, so it's hard for him to pick you up there. But Luigi has really, really bad horizontal speed in the air, which means that once Steve is done with his combo, if he tries to jump away, he doesn't go anywhere. Steve can just stay under him and continue juggling him and getting more percent. So you're seeing Spickles like choose a lot of down Bs to try and land, and a lot of options that don't involve jumping away because he can't. And that just seems to put him at a heavy disadvantage.
No, I completely see what you're talking about there. What do you think the benefit of going to a stage like Battlefield is for Spickles in this particular matchup?
This is an interesting choice, given that Luigi's platform pressure isn't traditionally the best. I would guess that he wants ways to deal with minecart, would be my first guess when looking at this, because Steve has to decide on like a vertical space. He has to decide on a latitude to use his minecart at when there are platforms on the stage.
Whoa!
And DDee just gotta hold in on that. And Spickles really good at reacting. I don't think you can get away with holding in on every time on that move.
It only takes one, and DDee is just hammering the advantage right now. We have the gold pickaxe online now. So another dimension that Luigi has to worry about, at least in terms of aerial pressure.
Going to start off with a good 55 though, and he's got Steve at ledge. Steve only 2 iron, 1 iron now, running out of resources. He does have that gold, so he can get them back pretty quick, but he's all the way in the corner, and Spickles is chasing down that minecart aggressively, knows that it's Steve's only real option out of the corner there.
Yeah, he's been doing a fantastic job so far of just pressuring Spickles entirely, but not enough to close out the stock. Just at 120 with the diamond online, Spickles has to be very careful about choosing an opening here.
Yeah, Spickles has to approach here still, but it's a very thin line to walk when approaching Steve, especially as a character that's slow like Luigi. You can see DDee using some platform movement to get down there. Luigi's just not very fast at chasing that. Oh, that could have been stock there, and that would have been fancy. DDee, no resources, has to get out of center the old-fashioned way. Gonna spam some up tilt to earn himself some space. It's gonna work.
Only 1 iron online for DDee, so they have to make it count and be very choosy with what option they select.
Not gonna have any iron issues anymore. Trying to get the ledge cancel, I think, or the auto cancel on that. And oh, we are back to even. He's gonna make diamond here. No, he's not. He's just gonna kill him. And that seems terrible for Luigi. He has no mix-ups besides the missile there. He has the missile at some time, and DDee just able to handle it every single time.
Yeah, it feels like part of that recovery being so exploitable by Steve makes this matchup that much harder, especially for Spickles. But right now, the diamond online, Spickles can't feel like this is a good position with DDee being able to just basically predict every move, but a good coverage on the back air from there to close out the stock.
DDee didn't really care about making that stock go that far there because he wanted to wait until the next stock to get his diamond. He got grabbed. This could be game. Does he have it? Oh, tech chase. No, roll away. He gets away.
It's barely missing it.
Still has him at ledge. No iron. DDee's going to have to play this really carefully. Without minecart, doesn't have many good options for getting off of ledge, making good use of battlefield to get to the top platform. But Spickles still chasing him down. 2 frame. Misses the down air. Neutral get up. Sour spot.
DDee still holding on to the diamond.
Steve, no resources. He mistimes it. He was right. Oh, he's getting desperate.
Spickles misses. Forges the diamond. Spickles in huge trouble.
Not much iron. However, he's going to be able to get his iron here. He's got to find a way to avoid missiling. Wow, no!
No way.
I think he got gravity there by the anvil. I think it kidnapped him. That was so weird.
Oh, that's terribly unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Spickles looking so good. Just a couple of frames and pixels off of catching neutral get him twice, which would have sealed the game, but instead that game's going to go to DDee. And even if Spickles wins this game, Steve gets his counter pick game 5. Steve's counter picks are some of the most powerful in the game.
Yeah, because there's so many things you want to strike, and there's a very limited amount of resources. This is pretty brutal for Steve to try and figure out, but
what Spickles has to do here is just stay out of his own head. Going back to Battlefield, I like it. It worked out for him. But it's so rare to get such a good start against Steve. So it can be very frustrating to lose the lead like that. And you can see him spamming grab, but it's working out.
Oh, wow. A good bit of pressure so far on the side of DDee, and it feels like right now this is kind of what we saw over the course of last game. Spickles is able to get a lot of pressure.
Uh-oh. That was a very ill-advised grab. I don't know what he's grabbing. It was a block right there. But Spickles going to miss the sweet spot, and DDee is not going to pay for that error with the stock at 80.
Not a ton of debt to be paid on the side of DDee, but only one iron.
That is so tough to spot dodge that minecart. Like, if you get it wrong, you're just dead as Luigi, basically. But getting the perfect timing on that.
It feels like DDee has just been resource starved a lot of this time, and I'm starting to think it's just based off how Spickles is spacing and positioning themselves and not letting DDee really get that iron resource that they're so direly looking for.
Spickles is doing a great job, but also this is partially a decision from DDee. Like, Spickles is doing a very good job of starving him of resources and breaking the walls really quickly. And this is the first time all set that we've seen DDee build a wall to get his materials, and he has more iron than he has at any point previously in this set.
Oh.
And he gets stock for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is probably the most iron we've seen all set.
Yeah.
But fast in, fast out. And now actually burning the iron on blocks here because we're so low on resources.
Oh, that care? All right, is he going to go for a stock here? No, going to force DDee to burn some iron. Only has 2 left. Going to get off ledge, but he's going to pay for it with some percent.
No more iron on the side of DDee, so this really isn't a position you want to be in. No resources, no iron.
That was a great call out on the roll-in by DDee. And now this game is back to even, basically. Oh, another roll-in by Spickles. He gets away with it this time, but he's got to start watching those. Players as good as DDee will not let you get away with that more than once. Yeah, and you can see there he's trying to use the plunger to avoid the mining on ledge, and it works, and Spickles going to get a stock from it. DDee's got a little bit of a neutral get-up habit I've noticed throughout this set.
Yeah, it feels like, is it conditioned or is it a habit? It's hard to decipher at this point, but
Steve's jump from ledge, it does not go very high,
Yep.
and especially when you don't have much iron, you're kind of just stuck up there. So oftentimes Steve is forced into either neutral get-up or rolling when they don't have much materials. Gotcha. However, Spickles on the ropes right now, doesn't roll from that minecart, and that's going to be the set.
That will be the set, and you mentioned it earlier, and I think you put it best when you said it then. When it's time to win, DDee breaks out the Steve.